Hey guys, what is going on tonight? So we got a bunch of stuff going on with the aquarium. The fish are finally doing great. I just wanted to give it a couple days before, they get used to their tank, and they are doing amazing. We got so many fish in here now. We are going to possibly lose a male. These fish only live for roughly about 5 years or so. And most of these mollies that I have currently are, besides the newer ones I got, are really old. They're about 3 to 5 years old, which is generally how long they live. And they don't per se um, do. It, they're basically. Well, I'm watching one now and he's pretty much okay. But they're basically a lot more relaxed, I guess, before they die. So they tend to be a little more on the relaxation side of things before they do die. Um, I've seen half of my stock die within a couple of months. That's how I know that they're old and it's not my tank. Um, Currently, I have one male, two males, three males, two females. Yeah, three males and two females, which is basically crap. But nothing is really happening with that. Um, and honestly, don't mind at all. Um, and if you guys want to chat, like I said, you're able to. If you want to ask questions, that's fine as well. I don't mind that. Um, and yeah, anything else? I mean, you could even ask about my disability. That is fine too. Just be on the more respectful side of that. If you want to ask about that, please don't judge me at all when it comes to my disability. Um, or if you don't know how to, it's fine. Just say I didn't know how to word this, but you know. So, um, yeah, fish are doing great. Um, for those of you who don't know, what happened was the original fish that I had here got sick. Um, and I couldn't find a good strain. So I decided, okay, either A, I can go to Petco, but closer to where we are and see if they have any better fish, or B, I can try it again. Um, my original thing was to try it again, but never, ever, ever tell Petco, if you go to Petco, that your tank is not good. Like, you can tell them, oh, I'm going to put in another tank. And they're going to be like, oh, we have to test your water. We have to test your water. We have to test your water. Like, I already tested my water. My water is 8.0. I did not do any water changes. They're like, oh, well, we still have to test it. I mean, like, seriously. Um, Petco can be a little annoying when it comes to that. Hey, Sfack, what's up, dude? So, I'm sorry about this one's my favorite, by the way. Sorry about 2 days ago. I think didn't mean to get mad at you or anything like that. You're free to ask about my disability and stuff like that. I don't mind. It was just the way you worded stuff. But anyways, yeah, that balloon Molly here is my favorite, and that orange one is my favorite. Those are my two new fish, and they're one of my favorite fish. And how are you doing, dude? I haven't seen you on here. I mean, you removed the message on my last live and then just left, so I didn't get to see how you were doing. But everything else is doing good. This guy is the one that's really old. The yellow one, where'd he go? That guy's about probably 4 or 5 years old. But this balloon Molly is definitely one of my favorite. He's so weird. And like what happened is like he was in a um tank for I don't know, a couple of days, right? So he's in a pet store tank and I'm like, this guy looks insanely cool. I thought he was a she. So I end up getting him and I'm like, okay, this is crap. I'm gonna run into the same issue I did get before. Is it hard to talk because you're saying I'm not oh no. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's just the way I think. So I have so much to say about this aquarium. So it's like just the way I'm thinking. It does take and I just say it again. It does take me a little while to think of what I want to say, so I say to fill in like the blanks. Play mass, does that fish play mass effects? What's that? I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, it's a fact. The reason why I do that is to basically fill in blanks because if I don't, then it's gonna be like silent for a couple of minutes, and I like to keep talking. And no, I do not play mass. Or the fish don't play mass. Are you? Um, I'm not gonna answer that one. Um, but if you own fish, you can answer that yourself. Yeah. So yeah, my CP though fact does not affect. Well, it might. I haven't really looked into that too much. I mean, I think it does occasionally. I think it might, but in a weird way, um, or in some sort of way. I would think it does. I'm not sure though. Make sure not to. You're funny. Yeah, I this is my dream tank. So one of my dream tanks. So I've always uh I, yeah, I've actually tried. I was like, what would be, a thing that I could try that would be weird. So I actually did when I was little eat a live fish. So yeah, it was pretty weird. But I also do love shrimp, but this is the remnants of the thank you. This is the remnants of the shrimp that my Siamese alligator decided to go after. So my alligator decided to eat all my shrimp. That guy. And I thought he was going to eat all my shrimp, but he ended up not. So my idea for this setup was okay, so I wanted something to do long term that would be fun and be able to make myself a little money doing it as well. I'm thinking of selling the mollies for about $20 or $30, depending on if they are sailfin or not. The only way I would sell them for above that is if they're sailfin, so 20 or 30. Will you do live vlogging in New York City? Occasionally I might. I don't. I have been to New York City, but I don't know if I'm going to. I don't think I do because there's like so much going on. So, but I would definitely. I know I do have some plane spying videos on my channel from New York City. I believe these things won't close. I don't know why. There we go. Um, do live vlogging. I may. I'm not saying no, but I'm considering it. So, um, like I said, this is new to me. Like I've been going live for more often than not. I'm also posting videos as well occasionally. I do need to post some big time rush videos, concert videos, and stuff like that. Um, but mainly, I was just thinking my Garami was going after shrimp, and he's not. But mainly, I'm like, you know what? I probably shouldn't yet because I'm doing solo the live streams. So that's why I've been trying to go live as much as I can because I enjoy hanging out with you guys on here. And sorry, I said it again. There we go. So funny. Um, I can't. But balloon mollies is a lot, which is this fish right here. There's a lot of things. Yes, I do. Um, let's talk. And balloon mollies, there's a lot of issues with them genetically, and the fact that they are not a wild fish. People tend to hate them because they are wild fish, right? And kind of like it's owning like a goldfish. So if you get a goldfish, right, and it's fancy, it has little bubble eyes, it has big bubble eyes, and it's like if those big bubble eyes pop, then that's where all the veins are in the fish that help the fish live. So technically, the fish won't die if you have a sharp object and that fish swims against it or whatever. Sorry about that. So basically, um, I was like wanting to. I was always wanting to own like some fish, and my pet store or my local pet store. Hey, Seed, what's up? Sayed, what's up? Can you ride a bike or not? Because you need two hands. You need to bend your both hands upwards. Yes, I can. So if you so if you were to see so okay, let me explain this because I feel like it because people should know about this more. Um so if you were to per se um take a person with cerebral palsy, right? And it depends on the amount of CP they have. The mild CP versus non-mild CP. So the more CP you have, the more restriction you have in your muscles. Basically, it's like it's not like I know some uh things the muscles are frozen or they tend to not work or form together. Like I don't know if you've ever heard that term, but with my girlfriend's disability, she has what's called multiple sclerosis, where her muscles are much stiffer, so she essentially can't move her left hand. The only thing she can move occasionally is her arm, and that's due to her disability and multiple sclerosis. Whereas CP, depending on how it is, you are able to move your hand, and obviously ride a bike. Like it's like I can't balance on an actual bike per se, if that's what you're asking, but I can ride like a trike. My balance is, I mean, if I worked on it, I probably could, but people with CP have very uneven balance. So if you are talking about a two wheeler, possibly. If you're talking about a three wheeler, probably. Most likely, I ride a three wheeler. So I ride a tricycle around. Um, and what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So people are probably, thinking with the balloon mollies, like there's like so much hate on them. Like we breed them to look like that. So there's so much hate on the Molly perspective of things like, oh, my Molly is round. I hate it because it's genetically mutated to look like that. It's not like it's people hate it because of the fact that it's not healthy. It dies early. It's that. It's this. It's that. I'm like, okay. You can either okay. Wait, did it? Uh, I could do chores. Um, I have something that's called Mouse CP, uh, and that lets me do normal things to a point. So I'm restricted, but I'm able to do everything basically. Like I can do anything. I just choose not to sometimes because it's a little hard for me, or it's I just would rather not do it. Like driving, I've had 10 surgeries, corrective surgeries on my knees, as well as I think a surgery on my eye or something like that. So, being that, hang on a second. No, I can. I could do chores. Like this, the thing with CP, so it doesn't um. Let me think of it. CP grows with you, so it doesn't per se get worse if you take care of your CP, your cerebral palsy, and you do a lot of work. You won't be in pain. I am per se used to being in pain 24/7, but I'm able to live on my own eventually and um, do everything that a normal person should be able to do, but with help. Um, when did you start making walking? So interesting story. Thank you for asking. The doctor said I would never be able to walk. Um, and me and my therapist was a really good person, and she stretched me out to be able to go from a wheelchair at a young age to a walker to crutches to walking on my own. So, because of my therapist when I was younger, I'm able to essentially walk on my own. Um, do I choose to stretch my legs? Not usually. It's more, I guess, painful than not. That's why I'm choosing to actually go to the gym a lot more um, than I am choosing to pretty much stretch, which, is debatable with that. But people with CP, CP would basically fight against the no you stretching. Basically, CP fights against that. So you can only like I would have to do the gym every day in order to feel good, essentially. and not be in pain. So it's like about a balancing act per se with bats. So like with the mollies as well, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'm just trying to flip flop between questions and what we're talking about because I enjoy fish and I enjoy giving you information. Oh, hello, we got a little aggressive female here wanting a male. Ooh. I just got these fish from two different tanks and they're already checking out each other. It's so funny. And, it's really crazy that I think because how the balloon gene in a molly, let me put this over here, is a so the molly on the bottom is a regular molly, the molly on the middle is a regular molly, the molly on the bottom there's a molly regular, but the back one is a regular is a balloon molly, and these mollies are so quirky and crazy and goofy that people mistake them for being sick. People mistake them for dying early. Shimmies, which is where the molly shakes. I'm pretty sure I have that on one of my lives. If you were in here before, thank you for the 3 likes, guys. By the way, and it's pretty interesting because it pretty much challenges your knowledge on mollies. And I mean, it's they live shorter lives, but the essential fact is that they're still a fish. They were created by us, but they still deserve to live. They're a living creature. So why essentially would you not want to own one because it looks different? Like I don't. It produces like you can have this color on a normal molly too. Like it's not all balloon mollies. Like if you which we one, it's not going to be only balloon molly. It's going to be a regular molly as well. So I don't see like where this molly is unhealthy. It lives shorter lives. You shouldn't get it because it's actually, you know what? I don't know. Do something about that. And show you what they actually mean, and I'll be back in 1 second if you guys are chatting. Why do people dislike balloon mollies? Okay, so this is what the internet says. People dislike balloon mollies due to their serious health and welfare issues, which are caused by the spinal deformity gives ugh, sorry, I'm getting tired. So the caused by the spinal deformity that gives them their rounded appearance. The selective breeding that creates their cute shape is considered unethical by many aquarists because it intentionally causes physical suffering, health problems caused by selective breeding. Organ compression, the rounded, shortened body shape of the balloon molly is caused by genetic spinal deformity, lordosis. This unnatural curvature severely compacts the fish and compacts the fish's internal organs, leading to digestive issues, swim bladder problems, and shorter lifespan uh, compared to regular mollies. Reproductive difficulties. Female balloon mollies often have trouble giving birth because of their compressed body. This can um, immerse stress, injury, and increased mortality rate during pregnancy. Oh gosh, I'm tired. uh, Reduced mobility and higher risk of disease. But let me type in. I want to see something as well. And if you're typing, I will get to your messages in 1 second. Do people hate bubble eye goldfish? While some people find them charming, there's a significant ethical concern in the aquarium community regarding bubble-eye goldfish due to their delicate fluid-like eye sacs. These sacs can hinder oh my gosh, can hinder vision and swimming, making the fish vulnerable to injury and leading to a shortened lifespan. Many argue that selective breeding for such extreme features is cruel because it severely impairs the fish's natural abilities and overall quality of life. So, in that case, I don't know. No, your guys' thoughts. Do you think it is bad to own a balloon molly or a goldfish, like a bubble-eyed goldfish? You know those goldfish that look like hammerheads. Just curious what your guys' opinion is on that, because my opinion is it's not unethical because the fact that it's life. It's a living creature that's literally living its life like this. So whether you purchase it or not, which you are, the pet store is going to get more fish like that, unfortunately, if you do buy them. But the fact is, you're buying a creature that you can give an amazing life to, and give it a better life than another person that would not give it a better life, or have it in with aggressive fish. I mean, honestly, I don't think. I mean, there's always going to be bubble-eyed goldfish. There's always going to be deformed fish. And Somalis do have scoliosis. But it's not, I don't think to me, it's not a bad thing, because honestly, if this is able to happen in a controlled environment, it is possible. I'm not saying it ever happens, but I'm just saying it is possible that this can happen in the wild as well, given the right conditions. And the fish can survive, or it may die. But I don't think it's cruel. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that people buy balloon mollies. Do I think people should breed them? Yeah. I mean, if it's what you like, breed it. Um, I'm really, honestly, let me move this again. Um, I don't think it's an issue. Like, I don't see why. I mean, honestly, genetics can put a big thing into, hang on a second. Speaking of that, let me check something before I do say this. Uh, let's see. Okay, so here's the issue. It's not that balloon mollies generally live shorter lives. It says literally online that balloon mollies are not a distinct fish species, which is true, but rather a selectively bred man-made hybrid of different wild molly species, such as sailfin mollies, Poecilia hypena, and shortfin molly, Poecilia spinops. So, there's your answer right there. The reason why these mollies are living shorter lives, especially the males, is because these mollies are bred from a sailfin molly, which its lifespan is a year or two. So that's why these fish are surviving 1 year or 2 years. If genetically they are safe and sound, like if they live for, I don't know, year, 3 years, 4 years, do an experiment. Try feeding them different foods. There's your molly for you. Try feeding them different foods and see. I bet you 100% if that molly is bred from a sailfin molly, or if the genetic gene in the balloon trait is from a sailfin molly, that's why your mollies are dying. It's not because of the gene. It's because of the fact that we used a animal that literally, especially the males, lives a year and then dies. So that's why you see the genetic pool in sailfin mollies, and the fact that these mollies live shorter lives. They do not live shorter lives. The fact is, people are looking at the shortfin molly, which lives 6 years. So essentially, if you own a green sailfin molly, those male mollies are known to live a year anyways, and they're wild mollies. So you're basically saying that, it's the genetic gene in the molly that's causing them to live shorter lives, which it may not. I mean, these mollies can live up to 5 to 6 years, and do I put it past them that they would? No, I do not. I think these mollies do not have a shorter lifespan because of this disease. I think what might have happened was it could have been a byproduct from breeding a sailfin molly with another molly, and then you just got this round fish, which is considered a balloon molly, and that could be due to a whole bunch of different things, as well as um, many different things that come from being a Southern Molly. So the downside to owning Southern Mollies is, yes, they're very pretty, honestly prettier than your tank bred mollies, but they live shorter lives. So that's the caveat of basically owning a Southern Molly. And because these fish are bred from Southern Mollies, you will definitely 100% have that short lifespan, which will be about a year or two. If they weren't from, the store, then or genetically bred into a Southern Molly, then it will be different. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next live.